Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran. That'd be in the woods, people. That is where bears live. Don't you know? 7 out of 8 TikTok women, they would agree. They'd rather see a bear in the woods than a man in the woods. It's YouTube's #1 show by a bear. Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you're having a great holiday out there. A Festivus. Whatever you happen to celebrate out there, I hope you're having some good times, some winter cheer all around. Bear is making a list. He's checking it twice. And he is going to find out which one is naughty and which one's been nice this year. So I hope you're on that nice list, people. Great to have everyone here. We have a fun-filled show for all of you here today, including P Money, who is apparently watching little P Money out there at is it some sort of a, hold on. I'm assuming some sort of school play and or maybe a holiday play. I don't know. Are they allowed to have holiday plays in Canada? Bear heard a little rumor that the birdie told Bear that, their very first black prime minister might be on his way out. So I want to make sure, that would be racist, people. Very first black prime minister of Canada, and he's on his way out. So, gosh dang it, man. So hope he is doing well up there in the frigid north, people. So, there you go, people. All right, let's go ahead. Let me jump into it, people, because we actually have very interesting campaign updates. Luckily, it's not tonight. Oh, thank goodness it's not. Well, let me do the traditional thing here. Real quick, Titan Mouse of Bite Volume 3. My asthma. Currently at $13,704. Congratulations, Gary. You are going to have a Merry Christmas this year, so and you will be as well if you go check it out on Indiegogo. Actually, I was just watching a video from Michael Bancroft. He is out of there on Indiegogo. He's starting his own little website. There's a number of people that are doing that as well. So if you want to check those out, go down in the description. It's under the artist store. If you want to go check some of those out. I don't have Bancroft's up right now, but I hope to have it up here in just uno momento, people. Braden Smith. Hello, sir. How are you? Hope you're doing well and having a great holiday season out here. Holiday season, sir. So go ahead, check out My Asthma, people. My Asthma, that would be from Gary Shipman. Let's check out the traditional Cyberfrog as well. Again, heard that it might be ending this month, at the end of the month. So if you haven't already checked out Cyberfrog number 3, now is probably your last chance, right before the holidays, to check those out. So go ahead and do that. Godlike, it's over with. You can't find it. Don't worry about it. Wraith, also, go check that out. If you want to as well. But we have, from the Tucci, that'd be from Billy Tucci out here. She, Second Coming, and the Rocketeer. It closes tomorrow night, people. So if you want to check that out, you only got tonight and tomorrow night to go check it out. Crusade Comics, She, Second Coming, Rocketeer, Pavela, blah, 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 Special Art Edition. Indiegogo races towards the finish line in the campaign's final 30 hours. Chock full of special limited She stuff. If you want to go check it out, this lovely thing right here, you can. If you want to check out the Rocketeer, there you go as well. So, let's see. It features Tucci's original story that appeared in the Eisner Award-winning Comics for the Ukraine. Sunflower Seeds, plus pages of a never-before-published concept artwork. I'm assuming that's this one. That actually looks pretty good. Kind of like that one. Pretty cool. I'm not sure if he's offering art, the interior page art stuff that he sometimes does. So we'll see. Let's see. Cliff Secord, go check out the Ukrainian Sniper. Somebody I can't pronounce. Yada, yada, yada. 32 pages. plus a special exploring the young, extraordinary Ukrainian woman and pays tribute to the Rocketeer legend, Dave Stevens. So go check it out, people. You only got one more night before it's gone. He's also got a special bloody night with Billy Tucci. Welcome Mike Barron and a Dr. Daniel Friedman to discuss their latest project as Sherlock Holmes. Leviathan, people. Actually looks pretty good. Mike Barron always doing some great work out there. Always doing some great work. Let's see. Brayden says, I'm doing very good. Oh, that's excellent. And I hope you are too. You play games, and if yes, then what do you play? Actually, Brandon, that is a great question. I'm glad you brought it up. Bear has been considering. I've been playing around with it. Bear is on the PlayStation. I've got a Macintosh, but it really doesn't game, so I wouldn't count on that. So I've got the PlayStation. I've been trying to record some videos on there and see how well it will transcribe over, and I possibly may start thinking about maybe streaming some of this stuff as well. So lately it's been they just came out with a new DLC for the Grand Theft Auto game. The new one's come out next year, I think, sometime. We'll see, Rockstar. We'll see. Also, the Red Dead Redemption 2 game. I like to get back into the Gran Turismo game and also the Metal Gear Solid. That's always a solid video game, the number 5 there. So those are a couple that bears looking at. Coming up, maybe the new Civilization game that's coming out. I think it's in a couple months, so it's not out yet. But if you have any recommendations, let Bear know. Looking at streaming, I haven't figured it out quite yet to figure out how to do it, but once Bear does, watch out, people. Watch out. Might be a Barely Gaming. I like that name. Barely Gaming here. So we'll keep an eye out. Brandon. There you go. Elk Boy is here. Hello, Elk. I hope you found the show. We're live here. Elk commented earlier today on the archive channel. So if you haven't checked it out, Bear always archives the channel on the archive channel over there. You can find it in the description. So this is the actual live show. So you can ask Bear anything. He may answer it. He may not. You never know. But great to have you here, sir. Great to have you here. We kind of do a sort of, it's kind of a variety show, really. We mainly talking about comics, so we're talking about the Rocketeer comic here, and the She comic from Billy Tucci. Independent comics, independent out there, so they have a site called Indiegogo that you can go to and check out. Some people have had some issues with Indiegogo back and forth. We'll get into more of that later on, but right now that's kind of the sort of situation here. Gosh dang it! By the way, people, buy here. Sometimes Bear's a little scatterbrained. I apologize here. Pardon me, Billy here. Pardon me. Let me go back to it. 1 second here, people. Where did I have that? Hold on, people. Hold on. Because this is breaking news, people. Breaking news. I'm going to preempt what I was going to do here. Let me, where are we, people? Let's see. Bring your people in there. Hello. And our news. Breaking news. This might actually tick some people off, but hopefully it'll tick off the right people. We had a great artist here in Comicsgate. Unfortunately, he's kind of left. Called Narwhal. We were calling him Narwhal. He goes by the name Berg. He has, people, this is big news. Big news. From our friends at comicbook.com. Matthew Aguilar. Dark Horse Comics, revealing their first look what's called a vampire survival horror series called Vatican City. Let's check it out, people, here, because if there's one thing to know about Bear, a big fan of old Narwhal out here, even if he is on the outs with some people. There we go. What a great cover, by the way. What a great cover. I think this is an amazing concept here. Marc Miller, a kick-ass The Magic Order, has delivered unforgettable stories of the worlds of superheroes, of villains, and realms of magic throughout his storied career. And now he's diving into the world of survival horror and vampires. Wait, I thought they were zombies. Okay, whatever. With his brand new series from Dark Horse Comics, titled Vatican City. You see it right there. Miller will be teaming up with artist Berg, also known as Narwhal, on the new thriller, which will take place in the world overrun by a vampire apocalypse. Again, I thought it was zombies. I guess I was wrong. The best part is we've got your first look. The new series we can check out right now, people. You can check out not only that cover, but he's got another one here as well. Pretty cool. Definitely a Narwhal-looking book out there. Well, I guess he's going by pair now. As you can see, the first issue will launch with a... Well, I don't have the black and white, but it's this one. It's just in black and white. As well as a variant cover by John... How do you pronounce this? McCrea? Let's check that one out. There's that one right there. Interesting look. And colorist John Kasich of Garbage Man fame. You can get your hands on all these covers when the series launches in April of next year. You can find an official description for Vatican City below. Here it is. The world has been overrun by vampires, and every man, woman, and child is dead. Everyone except for the 2,000 tourists safe behind the walls and holy relics of Vatican City. But as the vampires gather in their millions outside, how long can the survivors hold out? Because the monsters can't wait forever, they say. There you go. So very, very interesting look here. One of the reasons that Bear's making mention of it here, don't get a whole lot of, hey, Mark, how are you? We don't get a whole lot of, how would you call this? Sort of mainstream press for Comicsgate. Or if there are, it's usually of the bad kind. Oh, look at those bad Germans over there in Comicsgate. So Narwhal, able to break through with a well-known writer out there. It looks also like they're doing something with Netflix as well. Pretty big, people. Pretty big here. He continues, Marc Miller had this idea for years. Sort of an assault on Precinct 13 with vampires. The tourists and staff are safe behind the holy relics in the Vatican while the rest of the world outside had been taken over by the vampires. I originally wrote it into his story Magic Order as a little subplot in Volume 3, but he really wanted to flesh it out and tell the whole story. He says, quote, people, most exciting of all for me is getting to work with Berg, a.k.a. Narwhal. I've admired his work for 2 or 3 years now. Well, you're behind, sir. And have been itching to get together with him on a project. But this has just surpassed all expectations. It's the maddest thing I've ever written. You're going to love it. It's going to hit stores April 9th, 2025. For the low, low price of $40. Wait, no, not $40. Not at all $40. That would be for the low, low price of $5.99, actually $6. So, hey-o. There you go, people. There you go. This is a funny-looking movie, says Amy. Well, listen, I think it's actually kind of interesting. Number one, Narwhal. I always enjoy the Narwhal stuff. There is the black and white cover right there. Always enjoy Narwhal doing stuff. And I tell you, just the unceremonious way that he got kind of booted out of the whole situation here. And, now look where he's at. So I think this is great. I think this is kind of terrific that, he's able to find some fame there. Narwhal, just, number one, a great up-and-coming artist. I also think he does really well with coloring as well. He's done a couple books. He was supposed to do... A while back. This is a while back for R.T. Bear. What was the name of the book? Chrono Mechanics. He was supposed to do the Chrono Mechanics coloring in that book. Didn't work out. Ended up hiring another colorist there, but it's doing a great job. Doing a great job there. So, good job, Narwhal. Congratulations, sir. We should all be congratulating him. But you know, there are some people out there, the detractors, you might say, that are not. So, Clippers out there, go ahead and clip that. Let people know high and wide what Bear thinks. What Bear thinks about that. So, again, congratulations, Narwhal. Let's see, Marc is in Japan. This is so bizarre, he says. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa, sir. Yeah, it's got to be like in the morning, right? It's got to be like, I don't know, whatever it is. 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, I suppose? Well, good morning, sir. Good morning to you in the land of the rising sun. Hope you were enjoying the family and friends of Japan. There you go. Let them know. Bear-san is live and worldwide. Not just national, but worldwide, people. Worldwide. 10 in the morning. Well, I was close. Listen, Bear has a tenuous grasp on the concept of time, so I was pretty close, people. Pretty darn close. Well, speaking of Japan, let's just go ahead, get right on into it. We have our AI story of the day. I know you've all been itching, waiting, saying, Bear, come on, man, let's get to the AI stuff. So some of you new folks, like, wait a minute. I thought this was all about comic books. Well, a little bit of a variety, a little bit of here, a little bit of there. One of Bear's things is, it used to be the crypto, exposing all the crypto scams out there. Now it's the AI scams. Now it is BearCon. There we go. I don't know. I don't speak Japanese, so I couldn't tell you, Marc. Couldn't tell you. I don't know if some of you know Jonathan Turley. Sometimes he appears on some of the news shows, Fox and something like that. He is kind of a constitutional author and also academic. Oh, well, and also a lawyer as well. So very, very interesting here. He's been ghosted by ChatGPT. First defamed and then deleted. Defamed and then deleted. The title for young people, Con. Oh, okay. All right. I see where we're at, Marc. I see where we're at here. We're already started. Let's see. It is not every day that you achieve the status of he who must not be named. I guess much like Bear. But that curious distinction has been bestowed by me, by OpenAI's ChatGPT, according to the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and other publications. For more than a year, people have tried to research my name online using the ChatGPT. Were met with an immediate error warning. That's what you want to see. Turns out I'm among a small group of individuals who've been effectively disappeared. Poof. Gone. Bye-bye. By the AI system. How we came to this Voldemortian status. That's a very legalese thing right there. Voldemortian status. Is a chilling tale about not just the rapidly expanding role of AI, but the power of companies like OpenAI. Joining me in the dubious distinction are Harvard professor Jonathan Zittrain, CNBC anchor David Faber, Australian Mayor Brian Hood, and English professor David Mayer, among others. Common thread appears to be false stories generated about all of us by ChatGPT in the past. And the company appears to have corrected the problem. All right. Congratulations. Well, we're progress here. Not by erasing the error, but by erasing the individuals in question. Whoa. Thus far, the ghosting is limited to ChatGPT sites. But the controversy highlights a novel political and legal question in the brave new world of AI, people. My path forward toward a cyber erasure. Boy, oh boy. Bear feels cyber erased sometimes. began with a bizarre and entirely fabricated account by ChatGPT. They have what's called hallucinations, which means they're just lying, straight up lying. As I wrote at the time, ChatGPT falsely reported that there had been a claim of sexual harassment against me, which there never was, based on something that supposedly happened on a 2018 trip with law students to Alaska, which never occurred, while I was on the faculty of Georgetown Law, where I've never even taught. In support of its false and defamatory claim, ChatGPT cited a Washington Post article that had never been written and quoted from a statement that had never been issued by the newspaper. Washington Post investigated the false story, discovered that another AI program, Microsoft's Bing, congratulations Microsoft, which is powered by GPT-4, repeated the false claim. Although some of those defamed in this matter choose to sue the companies, please sue them into the ground. For defamatory AI reports, I did not. I assumed the company, which had never reached out to me, would correct the problem. And it did, in a manner of speaking, apparently by digitally erasing him. At least to some extent. In some algorithmic universe, the logic is simple. There's no false story if there's no discussion on the individual. That sounds very Stalin-like. Very Stalin-like. It goes on. It goes on here. The company's lack of transparency and responsiveness has added to concerns over those incidents. Ironically, many of us are used to false attacks on the internet and false accounts about us. But this company can move individuals into a type of online purgatory. That's Beer feels like he's in online purgatory all the time, people. For no other reason than its AI-generated false story, whose subject had the temerity to object. You can either be seen falsely as a felon or be unseen entirely by the AI. Capone or Casper, gangster or ghost, that would be your choice. Microsoft owns almost half of the equity in OpenAI. He says, ironically, he previously criticized Bill Gates out there for his push to use artificial intelligence to combat not just digital misinformation, but political polarization. And Gates sees the unleashing of AI as a way to stop various conspiracy theories like, hey, your AI is making me disappear, and prevent certain views from being magnified by digital channels. Womp womp womp. He added that AI can combat political polarization by checking confirmation bias. I'm sure. I did not believe that my own ghosting was in retaliation for such criticism. You are too kind, sir. Too kind. Moreover, like the other desperados, I am still visible on other sites through other systems. But it does show how these companies can use powerful systems to remove all references of individuals. Moreover, corporate executives may not be particularly motivated to correct such ghosting, particularly in the absence of any liability or accountability. So there you go, people. There you go. If you say something bad about Bill Gates, his AI is going to disappear you. Or just lie about you. One or the other, people. One or the other. So there you go. Jonathan Turley at his own site here. Correcting the record, people. Correcting the record. How did Marc end up in Japan, asked Amy. Well, one would hope, he flew in voluntarily and wasn't like Shanghaied. And all of a sudden, wait, pardon me. Are we still allowed to say Shanghaied? I don't know, people. I don't know. I apologize. I know it's not in Japan. I know that. Beer knows that. But, forcibly taken, let's just say. Forcibly taken to Japan. I don't think that was the case. I don't think Marc, ended up in a box somehow, on a UPS truck and all of a sudden woke up and poof, he was in Japan. I believe he said he was going to go over there with family and friends. So that's Bear's interpretation. He could be wrong. Could definitely be wrong. Much like an AI talking about Jonathan Turley. Just completely disappears. Completely, people. All right, well, from disappearing an individual, that would be to disappearing an entire film. An entire film out there. I don't know if many of you know of the documentary I Am Racist by Matt Walsh over at the Daily Wire. Conservative documentary, Am I Racist? Has been snubbed, people, by the Oscars. Well, slap me silly. Despite claiming box office crown. It was the top. It was the very top of the documentaries released in the U.S., probably worldwide as well. And they says, no, it's not good enough. For us in Hollywood here, we have high standards. Just ask Will Smith. Just ask Will Smith. Am I Racist? The controversial documentary that satirizes DEI failed to make the Oscar shortlist of non-fiction features today. Shocking. Shocking, people. Despite earning more money at the box office than any other documentary this year, by far, people. By far. And he says, well, you have to figure he would be nominated. They should have just disguised the film as something else. You know, they should have disguised it as something, very, DEI, labeled, and then, ha-ha, look at me now. I'll take that Oscar, yoink. But no, they didn't. The film, directed by Justin Folk, features conservative author and podcaster Matt Walsh, going undercover to infiltrate DEI seminars. If you haven't seen some of these, they're hilarious. Dinners and the like. It scooped up more than $12 million at the box office, which to this counting is more than the Rachel Ziegler movie that's out right now, the Y2K movie. So they did better than Rachel Ziegler. But that wasn't enough to sway the minds of those very high-minded people at the Academy who determined the shortlist. Well, here's what happens. So, a number of years back, everybody was complaining that, this movie or that movie wasn't nominated for an Oscar. Because Oscar's so white and all this other stuff. It's a bunch of BS, but that's where it was. So they decided, what we need here is not the best movie. We need participation trophies. So that's what we get. You basically get, a pre-release of Oscar hopefuls that the Oscar's really looking at, the Academy's looking at, rather. Like, we got to narrow these down. Right ones. So that's why you get a number of quote-unquote Oscar nominated, but they're not really nominated. They're kind of on a short list, and then they go to the actual nominees, which are 5. Really? That must just be for the documentary. There's more. There's actually more for, like, actor and actress and all the other ones out there. It may come as cold comfort to the Am I Racist team, but films with an overt take on American politics were all spurned by the documentary branch. Those include Czar Wachowski versus Texas. That would be an abortion access documentary produced by whoever, then Hillary Clinton, Chelsea Clinton, does she ever do anything? And Jennifer Lawrence, among others. Also left out, Carville is winning everything stupid, except for in 2024. And then you're just stupid, apparently. Matt Tyoner's film about Democrat political strategist James Carville. And also Crazy Man. And the Michael Douglas executive-produced and narrated film, America's Burning, a hot take on the summer of love in 2020. No, wait, the political polarization and dysfunction, people. Yes, indeed. 2 films that document the rise of Christian nationalism movement. Qualified, of course! Naturally. Why not? I mean, just in time for Christmas. Let's see. God and Country, directed by Dan Pertlin, and Bad Faith, Christian nationalism's unholy war on democracy. A Gonzo for Democracy, a film that follows journalist, quote-unquote journalist, Lauren Windsor on her quest across America to expose election deniers. How's that working? And impending threats to democracy ahead of the 2024 election. Didn't make the short list either. Probably because it was stupid. Am I Racist is distributed by Daily Wire Plus. And we all know about that Ben Shapiro, yada, yada, yada. We're in a country that had slavery at one point, Walt said during the panel. And now, although slavery existed as an institution all across the world for thousands of years, in this country, it certainly was a racist institution. Nobody denies that. But in modern America, as it stands today, there are no laws or policies on the books that have the intention of disadvantaging black people, people we call quote-unquote people of color. That doesn't exist today, and I think you have to allow society to progress. So there you go. Other progressives aren't allowing progress, so we can't have. Listen, people, we cannot have Am I Racist win or even be nominated for an Oscar. But they will. They will the branch nominated the BB Files, of course. Naturally. The Alexis Bloom documentary that serves as a brutal takedown of embattled Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who is currently engaged in the fight of his life on like 5 or 6 fronts, battling it out, taking names, taking them down. I mean, you know, they don't have a documentary on Sinwar or what was the other guy? Nasrallah. They don't have a documentary on all the pagers that went kaboom. God forbid. But no, let's take down a Bibi Netanyahu. No Other Land, front row for the Oscars. Another one that condemns Israeli government policy in the West Bank, of course, naturally. Hollywood Gate reveals how the Taliban inherited billions of dollars in U.S. equipment after American forces, they did not quit Afghanistan. Oh, for crying out loud, deadline. They were ordered to leave by the vegetable-in-chief. They didn't just say, hey, this is too hard, I quit, goodbye. They were ordered to leave, for crying out loud. But hey, that's why we have documentaries, to help us out with the lies out there. Help us out. So there you go. Perhaps the lesson is, if you want recognition from the Oscar documentary branch, you got to make something, that hates the Jews, pro-Muslim, pro-gay, all that great stuff. That's terrific. Am I Racist? No way. Wait, no, they say don't put the question mark in your, I'm sure that's what it was. It was the question mark in their title. That's what did it, people. That's what sent them over the edge there. They were going to vote for it. They were. It says, hey, I like that Matt Walsh guy as Am I Racist? But it's a question mark. And I just can't do it, people. Just can't do it. Congratulations, Oscars. You are just making yourself more and more irrelevant every single day out here. Every single day. One might say they might need just a slap in the face. Wake them up. Just out of the blue. Somebody coming out of the stands there to just slap the crap out of one of the hosts. Maybe you'll see Conan O'Brien get slapped. You never know. You never know. All right. Speaking of Irish people, terrible news, people. Terrible, awful news. I hate to bring this to you during the Christmas season. Do not panic. Whatever you do, do not panic. But we have a story from the Independent over in the UK. The pubs over there are introducing, and this is what happens when you bring in communists to run your country. The pubs are introducing Guinness ration cards for their Guinness beer as stocks run dry, people. Nationwide shortage just before Christmas. From Athena Stivu and Jabed Ahmed. Does Ahmed even drink? Get out of here. Pubs across the UK are beginning to introduce Guinness ration cards amid a national shortage of the iconic stout ahead of Christmas. Establishments have been panic buying the beverage in the hope they don't run dry over the festive period. As some say they have already run out of stock completely. What will they do? That is revolutionary, people. I mean, we threw tea into the river. What happens when there's no more booze in England? Oh, hell to pay. Pubs such as the old Ivory House, as opposed to the new Ivory House, and Clerkwell London introduced rationing rules last week to preserve their stock, but still found themselves short of supply. The landlady, Kate Davison, told The Independent that they had issued cards to customers allowing them to purchase 1 pint of the black stuff, but only once after they had bought 2 other drinks first. We had one gentleman who turned around and left. Everyone is taking it with good humor, she said. I believe that is misspelled there. It's not how you spell humor. Not at all. The strain on the supply has been brought on by a surge in demand. Sure. Which has seen the brand boom in popularity among young people and women. Yeah, I'm sure Guinness had no idea that young people were drinking beer. It just shocked them. Yeah. A brand director, Joyce He? Who's he to say? Said the viral splitting the G trend, which has seen young drinkers attempt to swig enough of their pint on their first gulp that it settles in the center of the G on their glass, has also boosted sales. So are you telling me that people in England, especially young people in England and London, are a bunch of drunkards that drink Guinness beer and they had no idea this was going to happen? That's hard to believe, sir. And or madam. Last week, a pub in Sheffield said they had stocked up after catching wind of the shortage, but still found themselves floundering like a fish. A lot more young people drink it now. What? Shocking. I had no idea. Landlady in Flynn told The Independent, "We are one of the biggest pubs for Guinness in the Sheffield, and we are struggling at Christmas time. It's a bit disappointing for people." Yeah, I'm sure that, they can't drink their beer. That would be disappointing. Pat Fitzsimmons, who's run the Faltering Fullback, a major Irish pub in Northern London, said it's been very difficult. We're a very high volume customer. We normally do 35 to 50 kegs a week, and we're down to 12. It's not going to be enough to meet demand. Lots of suppliers have nothing in their yards anymore. Why? There's been lots of people stockpiling, which has been drying out supply as well. Inflates the price. If I was to go to the wholesaler, I'd be losing 20 to 30 pence per pint. Pence per pint. Hey, I've been losing 20 to 30 pence per pint, hey! I don't know. What is a pence? I don't know. Hey, Siri. How much is a pence? God dang it. Hey, Siri. How much is a pence? God dang it, Siri, listen to me. Hey, Siri. How much is a pence? Not for crying out loud. Stupid Siri. Well, we'll find out some other time, people. We'll have to find... Well, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. A penny? He's losing 20 cents? Oh, the horror. Oh, man. I have to pay overprice. 20 cents for my keg of beer. It's per pint, rather. Per pint. It's already been a busy time. A lot of planning goes into Christmas to get drunk. Then for this to be thrown in at the last minute. If you've been nice this year, there is one fella to the north of you that might help you out if you ask real nicely. Maybe leave him some cookies out overnight. Maybe also a Guinness as well. And you might come down the stairs the next morning and find something underneath your tree. Could be. This isn't the first time that he's been short of the iconic meal in a glass. With rugby's Autumn International and Six Nations often putting a strain on supplies. But the lack of warning this time has made things even harder. Yeah, shocking. Young people want to drink during the holidays. I had no idea. Oh, man, I'm just knocked over with this. Spokesperson for Diego says, over the past month, we've seen exceptional customer demand for Guinness in Great Britain. Well, just Britain these days. We have maximized supply and are working proactively with our customers to manage the distribution to trade as efficiently as possible. Have you considered watering it down? That could be one way to do it. Just water it down. After their third or fourth drink, they might not even notice. Might not even notice any of that, people. There you go. There is your hard news story for the day, people. Hard news story for the day. But let's bring it around back to America where it should be. And we've got this from the New York Post and Brooke Cato. This is, people, can you guess? Can you out there in the chat guess? America's most expensive fast food chain, people. Does anybody have a clue who that could be? As fast food chains hike prices across the nation, one came out on top for being the priciest of them all. That would be Shake Shack. Shake Shack, people. Let's take a look. Let's see how much they're charging here. Let's see. There we go. All right, let's see. Here's the Shake Shack menu. Let's find out. Let's find out together. All right, there is the burgers. Let's make this a little bit bigger so Bear can see. Let's see. A burger, the regular Shake Shack burger. I've never been to Shake Shack, so this is all new to Bear. Regular Shake Shack burger with cheese, lettuce, tomato, and what they call shake sauce. That would be $7.29 at this particular location. Let's see, the smokestack, which is the same but with bacon and cherry peppers. $8.89, almost $9. That we haven't even gotten to the drinks or the fries just yet. You can put a mushroom on top of your burger. That's $9. The shake stack, rather. That would be the cheeseburger topped with the mushroom. That would be $12, almost $13 for a burger. And just the regular old hamburger. Just give me a hamburger. I don't need nothing crazy with it. That would be nearly $7 or $10, almost $9 really, for a double out here, people. Ay. Chicken. We don't care about chicken. Hot dogs. Almost $5 for a hot dog. Ay. In the fries, $4 for just the fries. $5 for cheese fries. And you're looking at almost $7 for bacon cheese fries, although that might be worth it. Truffles. Yeah, I would imagine you would be spending money if you're putting white truffles on your burger. Yeah, I think that would be quite a bit. Quite a bit. Then of course you gotta get your shake. You wouldn't be it would be a Shake Shack without a shake. $6, almost $7 there. $7. Oh, that's the limited time ones. The classics, $6. Six whole bucks, people. So quite a lot for a little burger here. Earlier this year, Shake Shack raised its menu prices by 3%. Said the burger chain's CFO. The Post has reached out to Shake Shack for a comment or maybe a coupon. The study conducted by Preply also found out that celebrity-owned restaurants regularly received complaints about being overpriced. In particular, Gordon Ramsay. You stupid donkey! While diners may be willing to pay a premium for a trendy atmosphere and their favorite celebrity chef's name on the building, they can feel let down if the food served and the service offered doesn't quite match the quality they've anticipated. Well, maybe. Despite New York City being home to many A-list owned hotspots and Shake Shack location, the study found the Big Apple was actually considered to have the least overpriced eateries among major U.S. cities. Oakland, San Jose, and Virginia Beach all beat them out. Authors determined each city's score by finding reviews of local restaurants and looking for keywords such as pricey or rip-off, and analyzing how frequently they were used by patrons. Oh, so they didn't even... Oh, for crying out loud. They just scraped by with a bunch of reviews on Yelp, and it's like, yeah, of course, these are overpriced. Just look at the menu price, for crying out loud. They can't even do the work. The study comes amid price hikes at fast food chains nationwide, which have customers irate. Chipotle's latest to suffer customers' wrath, as former fans swore off the eatery due to the skyrocketing price, vowing to spend their money at their competitors. Meanwhile, a study revealed McDonald's prices have soared over 100%. Thanks a lot, Brandon. The chain, however, argued that the findings were inaccurate. As the report notes itself, pricing is set by individual franchisees and varieties by restaurant, company says. Yeah, so one could be ripping you off, and the one down the street could be ripping you off slightly less. This is not an accurate representation of the historical or current pricing at McDonald's restaurants, and the 2024 average price listed are significantly inflated. Thanks, Brandon. President of McDonald's also released a statement, which he said menu item prices have only increased a fraction, and that the price of the Big Mac on average has only gone up 21%. 21% for a Big Mac. For a Big Mac at Mickey D's. Which, by the way, I actually was watching a video last night. We had the story a couple weeks back about Shake Shack going. You could get it on Delta if you fly first class, coming out of Boston. So a couple, they ended up trying it and said it wasn't half bad. Of course, you're paying like $600. For the privilege of flying and eating a hamburger at 30,000 feet. But, if that's what you want to do, there you go, people. There you go. You can fly the friendly skies and eat your Shake Shack burger 30,000 feet. Enjoy it. Enjoy all of it, people. So there you go. There you are, people. New York Post and Brooke Cato, people. Brooke Cato. All right, let me get back to the thing. With the thing here, why is this all out of whack? Hold on one second. Let me get back to where we were. There we are. There we are. All right, well, I have apparently stunned the audience with Bear's brilliance out here. So I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight, including a lot of our new members out there. I hope you have stayed along till the end. If you have, thank you so much. As always, we try to do this every Wednesday and Saturday evening, right at 8 o'clock, or apparently 10 o'clock Japanese time, if you want to watch it in Japan. We try and do it every Wednesday and Saturday. Normally kind of a variety show. Usually we do more comic stuff. It's just how that cookie crumbled for Bear here. Getting towards the end of the year. So hopefully going to be doing the James Bond Thunderball watch along here. Not sure if I want to do it Saturday, or I might wait a little bit and try it. Christmas is on Wednesdays, next Wednesday. So I don't know if Bear was going to take, the evening off, or if you people wanted to see a show on Wednesday. So I might actually put that as a poll question, but that would be a great time to do the James Bond watch-along. Would be kind of a Christmas Eve movie watch-along with all the great people out there. James Bond, as we know, great Christmas movie. So thinking about that. So if you have any comments, let Beard know. Maybe after the show here or something like that down in the comments. We'll take it into consideration, people. Yes, indeed. Well, anyways, I want to thank everybody that showed up. Amy plus Melissa as well. Marc coming in from around the world. P Money with little P Money out there doing the show for everybody. Hope that goes well. And of course, Braden Smith. Who else we got? Elk Boy as well. Thanks for showing up, guys. Appreciate all of you. And of course, all of our Russian bots and lurkers. Appreciate all of you out there. But you know what? All of this talk about Shake Shack at 30,000 feet, you know what? Has made Bear hungry. So he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people. Grrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr